now. Luis and Andre podcast.
Right, I'm just jumping into it, I suppose. Hello again. It's just me again. I apologise for that. I've set everything up. Again. And last time it went well. I don't think I had an issue. So that was good. Apart from the fact that I sounded a little bit quiet. That's what I thought. I thought I sounded a little bit quiet, so I've just turned the gain up slightly. Pavel knows. And yeah, I'm a little bit apprehensive. Whenever I start, I'm like, ooh, have I set everything up correctly? And then obviously I've got to get used to the realization that for the next hour or so, I'm going to be talking to myself and just you and me. It's still weird. I promise I won't start every episode by going, this is so weird. But actually, I can't make any promises to that. Thank you everybody that watched the last episode or listened to it. Because yeah, I appreciate that, because I know it's strange and I know it's pretty crappy, but thank you for anyone that watched, listened, even if you only stuck around for a minute and were like, nah, fuck this shit, where's the good one gone? Thank you, I appreciate it. So let's talk about Pavel, because I've got some updates for you. Well, I've got to talk to you about the last time I did this podcast. It was on the exact day that he'd gone. It was the morning. Oh, by the way, I'm drinking water because it's just coming up to 19 minutes to 12 on Wednesday, the 21st of April. Fuck me. What the fuck happened to my brain then? Maybe I am drunk. I don't know. That was poor. I forgot what month we were in. The weather outside is glorious. I would show you, but I'm still ashamed of my garden. I will get it done. I promise I will get it done. Probably after I've gone to Vegas. 2 weeks. 2 weeks yesterday. Excited. So yes, I've got Pavel updates. So he obviously flew. Well, he'd landed in Norway the day that I recorded the last podcast. But he didn't get there without incident. No, he didn't miss his flight. He actually got there on time. All good. He landed in Oslo, I believe. He got there. Everything's perfectly fine. Got through security, passport control, the usual. Gets to the luggage carousel, and womp womp. His bag unfortunately didn't make it to Oslo. His bag made it to Heathrow, I believe. So that's kind of a disaster, because his bag had his entire life in it, essentially. He had all his supplies, all his gear, everything that he needed to live out there was in that bag, and the bag only made it as far as London. So he told me this. I was like, wow, who else would this happen to but you? Like, it's just it's perfect. It just encapsulates him. I've just noticed I've still got this note here from him. You got it. You got this, gamer. I'm going to keep that there to remind myself of him. Memories. So yes, the bag didn't make it. The bag made it to Heathrow. He then had to get a hotel in Oslo. I'm sure it was Oslo. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, Norway is a very expensive place, and he got the cheapest hotel he could, which was €200 for a night. That's pretty grim. And yeah, then he gave me an update. He said his bag is in Amsterdam. So his bag travelled to more countries than he did. His bag made it to Amsterdam. Don't know how or why or what happened there. Then but then he said, but it's all right. I'm not going to quote him verbatim. I could get the message. He said something like, my aura is so strong, I'm currently pulling it towards me at 243 miles an hour. So the bag flew and got to him. He eventually got it. I think maybe a day and a half later than obviously he should have done. So a disaster to begin the trip. I got an update off of him last night. I think it was last night. it might have been the night before, and he sent me a video of him in a random Norwegian couple's house or apartment or whatever, eating, and they were giving him Norwegian chocolate. They looked very nice. They had something that was very similar to a cream egg. They said and it looked really nice, and they were just feeding him chocolate. They were fattening him up so that they could eat him or harvest his organs. I think he's safe. I think he's fine. He's told me some things that I can't go into detail about, but maybe he'll explain. Maybe he'll be able to give us some sort of Pavley updates. I think he's going to be more contactable than we'd previously imagined, but for that we will find out. We'll just have to see. Yeah, it was just the video was so random. I will I won't post it without his permission, because obviously he was experiencing some Norwegian hospitality. The people looked very nice and they were very friendly, and obviously they were giving him chocolate and all sorts, and they'd let him into their home, unless he just let himself in. Who knows? Well, maybe it wasn't a home, maybe it was a hostel. Who knows? It looked like a house. It looked like somebody's house. Either way, are you surprised? Are you surprised listening to this that he was in some random person's house eating chocolate? It's not that wild. If that was anyone, Jesus, if that was anyone else, that was any of us, that would be quite an unusual thing to do. Somehow, it seems quite normal. But yeah, he looks like he's having a good time over there. So hopefully, yeah, we wish him well. So apart from that's going on. God, my phone pisses me off when it goes off. I need to change my settings. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm not very good at technology. Don't know if you noticed that. I'm not fantastic at technology. Before we get into the sort of like the meat and drink of what this podcast is going to be, which obviously I talked about in the last one, I have a quiz question for you. Kind of a quiz question. So, on this app that I frequent a lot, it tells me this fact essentially. So I'm gonna ask you the question, and then I want you to answer it out loud, and I will confirm or deny whether you are correct or not. Okay, so as a percentage of the let's try again. As a percentage of their population, which European nation consumes the most alcohol? So, as a percentage of their population, which European nation consumes the most alcohol? I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go, and then you're going to say your answer out loud. Okay, have a little think. So 3, 2, 1, guess now. Okay, right. So that's a good guess. I can see why you thought that would be the answer. The answer apparently is the Vatican City, which I suppose I get the percentage of the population because there's only like 300 people that technically live there. However, they don't strike me as pissheads. A bunch of popey blokes, a bunch of popes, bishops, cardinals, whatever they're called. Yeah, they not really the type to go out on the lash. I don't know, maybe the Vatican is more of a party town than we thought. I can only assume it's like communion wine type stuff, and that when they go to church, they're all like, they all have the blood of Christ, and that technically means that 100% of the population drink. So therefore, obviously as a percentage, that means that they're the highest. That's the only thing I can think of. Now, I haven't fact-checked this or verified it, because when do we ever do that on this podcast? But, yeah, I bet that wasn't the answer that you gave. Unless you did, shouts to you, whoever you are. Just for reference, if you were wondering who number 2 is, so like a legitimate answer, it's Romania. What the fuck, mate? Yes, we love fucking drinking, and drinking. No surprise there. Shouts to Alex. He's probably not watching. He's probably fucking drinking, mate. So, yes, that was just a quiz question that I thought I wonder if anyone will get that. So let's get into the meat and drink of this podcast. Let's wash it down with the blood of Christ. Unfortunately not. I've got the piss of Christ, which is water. Boo. Also, who knows if I'm going to edit out drinking and vaping and that type of thing. So, I have a wheel here. I have a wheel with a huge amount of categories that I'm going to spin. And the whole thing is, like I said on the last episode, I'm going to say whether this, whatever it is, whatever pops up, is overrated, underrated, possibly rated. I'm gonna give my opinion. I might even have little stories to tell about such things. I might even have little rants. Who knows? I don't really know. I'm kind of just freeballing this episode. Have you noticed? Does it look like I'm not like properly planned? Yeah. I have put socks on this episode though, so yeah, because I thought, last episode I thought, fuck it, I'm going to get my feet out, it'll be funny, or I don't know, whatever, I couldn't be bothered putting socks on. Then when I watched it, back when I had to do the editing, I was like, I said to my own feet, I thought they're fucking horrible, I need to sort my dogs out. Not good. So now that the dogs are in the pound. So I'm going to spin this wheel, and obviously have a little rant. Now, I wish I had the technological capability to put the wheel like on the screen here and have it spin. That'd be good. Unfortunately, as we know, I'm technologically inept, so I don't have the capabilities. I apologise for that in advance. Maybe if I fancy doing some editing, I might even flash the name of whatever comes up above my head. Unlikely. Let's not let's not hold our breath with that one. But we will see. You never know. Lewis might feel creative this week. It depends how much time I've got. Because I'm not going to lie, when I did the last one, like, I'm not even going to get into the details, but it took me longer than it should have to save and file and sort the audio and get you there watching, hello, you on the camera, onto my laptop. It took me way longer than it should have, and then I actually uploaded the episode and was like, yeah, and then I realised, shit, I didn't do the title like properly. I was like, oh fuck, I had to go back and do it again. That cost me fucking hell, probably at least an hour. Enough waffling, let's get into it. I'm going to spin the wheel. I'm excited. I really don't know what's going to pop up. Thank you for everyone who gave me suggestions. There was a lot of you that gave me like loads and loads and loads of like topics, answers, blah 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 blah. And yeah, I will try and remember who said what. There was some proper random ones. You've given me some strange suggestions, but we'll get into it. The first one, which I know came from my sister only gave me 3 suggestions, boo to you, was poppadoms. They are underrated as far as I'm concerned. They're such a fucking great food. Look, crisps, for me, there was no better snack than crisps. I fucking love it. I could eat crisps all day, every damn day. Like, and I do. I don't think a day goes by where I don't have a packet of crisps. Probably. Like, I don't eat much, but fucking crisps, 10/10. Chocolate, boo. Like, if you're having a snack, there is no better snack. And who doesn't like snacking? And crisps are the fucking best. Just for reference, chili heatwave Doritos are the best crisps in the world. And poppadoms are a way of basically eating crisps with a meal. Who the fuck doesn't like that? With the best food in the world, curry. So, yeah, poppadoms. Bang underrated? Is that a saying? They're really underrated. Like, I wish we had like a sort of an English equivalent. I mean, I suppose like, it's what would you call it? Like a sundry? Is that the right word? Like, you have like garlic bread with like a pasta dish and that type of thing. But poppadoms, they're just elite. They're elite. Bit of mango chutney, love that. Right, so now if I click that button, it removes it, and then I spin again and it won't come up. Look at that. How about that? He's pretty good. But yeah, thank you everyone that gave suggestions. Who knows whether there's... Oh my god. Okay, so the next one that's come up is Phil Heaney. I can't remember who suggested that, to be honest. Obviously, that was people at work. Phil Heaney, is he underrated or overrated? This is controversial because he could go ballistic. He is over... Nah, Phil is underrated. Phil's great. We love him. We love you, La. Yeah, Phil's the best. And shouts to him. I mean, I wrote a song about him. A rap in the style of SD Kid. So, you know, what man isn't underrated that gets his own fucking like tune for him? Yeah, he's underrated because I'm too scared to say otherwise. Nah, he is. I'm hoping because, you know, I said that I'll get guests on these episodes. I'm hoping to get Phil on. I think he'd be hilarious. Unfortunately, I'd have to do something. The levels would be difficult because to say he's loud is an understatement. Next one is... God, this shows how random they are. Next one is Zinedine Zidane, who, if anyone doesn't know, is the French footballer. Well, former French footballer. Well, he's not dead. He's retired. He's the one that headbutted Marco Materazzi, I think it was, in the 2006 World Cup final, costing France the chance to win. That was his last ever game as well. Crazy. Is he overrated or underrated? I think he's actually underrated because people... Sorry to anyone who doesn't like football. This next minute or so is going to be a bit boring. People who watch football these days, I don't think they realise quite how good he was. Like, he's a damn slight better than... Like, I feel like some people will probably think like, oh, well, Jude Bellingham's probably better than him. Well, maybe they don't, but I don't know. Either way, he's underrated. He was fucking unbelievable. He's the most expensive player in the world for a long time as well. And, like, he was bought for, I feel like it was 46 million in, like, 2002. That's ridiculous. That in today's money is like a £200 million transfer. Like, it's unheard of. He was so far in the way the most expensive player in the world, and quite rightly as well. Terrible hair. That man was bald. Also, he was technically Algerian. I think one of his sons plays for Algeria, because that's where he's actually from. Wow, we're getting a lot of people. We've got 3 people in a row. Keir Starmer has come up. Keir Starmer, underrated or overrated? I don't know, because I don't think you could say he's overrated because nobody rates him. Do you know what I mean? I think he's properly rated, as in most people don't like him, and quite rightly. I think obviously the right wing don't like it. Oh, this is the good thing about this little wheel is that we've gone sports, we've gone politics, we've gone poppadoms, we've gone Fellini. This is good. This is good. This is what I like about it. Yeah, obviously the right wing don't like him for obvious reasons because he's the left wing leader, but also the left wing don't like him because he's kind of right leaning, and he's also a dick. Like, he's a dick, and I don't think he's a very good prime minister, and he is going to definitely lose the next general election, and chances are that the right-wing party of today will get in. I can't remember what it's called, the new one that's taken over the Conservatives. Conservatives are gone, but whatever they're called, I've forgotten now. Oh my god, we've gone another person. We've got Bella Ramsey. Bella Ramsey. For anyone who doesn't know, she's the girl who plays Ellie in the Last of Us TV show, and she also plays that little girl Queen northern bird in Game of Thrones who I've forgotten that people will probably castrate me for not knowing. Who's got the face? She looks like a foot, like, or a thumb. Like she's basically featureless. Which sounds harsh because I don't know how old she is, because I imagine she's probably like 10 years younger than me, and that's probably quite harsh. However, I actually think she's a crap actress. She's overrated, and a lot of people think that she's rubbish and don't like her. But I don't think she gets enough hate as far as I'm concerned. She stinks. She's rubbish. She was a terrible casting for Ellie. She does kind of an alright job because she's, but it's just, the script. I don't think the script is particularly difficult for Ellie. I don't think it's a hard character to play. It's kind of like bright teenager born in a post-apocalyptic world. I could play that part easy. I've got more range than her. She's crap. Yeah, don't like her. And as far as I'm concerned, she gets too many roles, and she just like, I feel like she's just naturally cringy. If that's not if that's not an off-putting thing for a 31-year-old man to say about a young girl, but nah, fuck it. I stick by what I say. Fuck you, Bella Ramsey. Boo. She is overrated. We finally got to one that isn't a person. I'm fairly certain I don't have that many people in this wheel, so that was a lot of people to have in a row. The next one is clubbing in your late 20s. I know who this is from. Now, to those who are who aren't in their late 20s or have not been in their late 20s, I can tell you that clubbing in your late 20s is the most overrated thing in the world. It's dreadful. I don't like clubbing anyway. I didn't like it when I was younger, but it's one of those things you have to do. I've done quite a lot of it. I used to go out every single weekend and then go to work the next day. Ooh. PTSD there. Clubbing in your late 20s is appalling because you get there. Most of the people who are enjoying themselves are on drugs, which by the time you're in your late 20s, you're not gonna fucking do shit like that. The music is, unless it's like a throwback music, unless it's like kind of retro-y type vibes. If it's like modern like house music, like it's terrible. It's fucking awful, and you don't want to be there. Plus, if you like me and you were in your late 20s, once it gets past sort of like midnight-ish, you quite like to go to bed. All I'm interested in, my favourite thing about a night out, getting food. That's the best fucking thing. As you can see, you don't get this fighting physique by going out and eating a salad. You get a nice fucking kebab, or you go Mackey's or something like that. Clubbing in your late 20s is overrated. People who do it, I think, are freaks that like regularly do it. I think you need to reassess your life. I think you need to grow up. It's awful. Also, what are you trying to do? Pull some fucking teenage girls? Ugh. Wink, wink. Wow. The next topic. What would you call them? Yeah, topic. I suppose that's correct. The next wheel spin has landed on mustaches. Mustaches, over or underrated? I've kind of got one. I've tried, sort of. It's shit. Mustaches are. I think they're underrated in the sense of they can look good. It depends who you are, really. Like, I think a mustache can be underrated. However, if you're one of these fucking hipster gimps, right? And if you are, I apologise. Sort of, not really. Who has like one of these fucking ones that like curls out, and you like you put that like oil. I don't know what it is. You put something into it, and then like you curl it round. and you look like a fucking, I don't know, somebody from the 1800s or some shit, you're a fucking gimp. Like, that for me is bad gimp fucking behaviour. You need to fucking have a word with yourself. Not about that life. Not about that life. So I think mustaches are underrated up to a point, and then they become overrated. And also, they shouldn't define your personality either. Like, that's just embarrassing. Not about that. Quick edit while I have a little drink, because I feel like my throat is getting raspy. We're back. I'm also starving as well. I haven't eaten today. Surprise, surprise. I don't eat very often, and I haven't eaten, so, what? No surprise there. Ooh, I know what the answer to this one's going to be. Superhero movies has come up. Fucking Christ. This could be ranty. Superhero movies are the most overrated fucking thing in the world. They are rubbish. They're all shit. Now, I haven't watched very many at all. There's a reason I haven't watched very many, because why would I? What's the point in watching a movie that you know what's going to happen? Good guy wins. That's what happens in all of them. Like, you get a bad guy, he starts wreaking havoc, the good guy flies in and wins. Where's the excitement? Where's the interest in that? Yeah, you get some good visuals, you get some explosions. Ooh, what are you, child? Like, you need fucking flashing lights to keep you entertained. They're terrible. Like, I don't understand the appeal of them. And they're fucking huge as well. Like, they are the biggest movies of the year. Like, and these fucking nerds flock. Well, everyone flocks to them and watches them. They're so boring. And I know some people are going to say, well, the bad guys don't always lose. What about that Avengers fucking movie where fucking Thanos clicks his fingers? I'm just going off like what I know. I haven't watched it. What I sort of know. An Iron Man dies or some bullshit. I don't know. The good guys didn't win that movie, and I'm like, no, they didn't, did they? No. What happened the following movie? What happened to this in the sequel of that? Oh yeah, what a surprise! They came back and they won. Like, what's the point? You know that's gonna happen. People are there like, oh sad, oh boo hoo, woe is me. Oh no, the good guys didn't win. But then the next movie they did. Pointless, absolutely fucking pointless. Also, the bad guys, as far as I'm concerned, normally have to work harder to get to like their position. Like, quite often the good guy is just born with a superpower, and it's like, well, that's kind of bullshit. Like, I know they're not always, but they're born with a superpower. Great. Like, why were they picked? And someone's gonna say, oh, you don't know the origin story. Fuck off, you fucking. Oh, I nearly said a word then. I nearly said a word that would have required editing. Like, oh, shut up. And then the bad guy generally he's not born with the superpower. He has to go out and either create it or build it or something like that. He has to graft, and he's trying to do whatever he's doing, something evil, I suppose. And this good guy who hasn't worked a day in his life gets to just pop in, beat him with ease generally, and then that's it. That's the movie. Ooh, honestly, it's like they've been written by an 8-year-old. They're terrible movies. I don't know how they get, and also they usually have bad acting in them as well, or have bad actors in them. They're so, oh god, they're so like fucking cringe. I can't watch them. I cannot watch them. Most people are baffled that I haven't watched any, because maybe I look like the type of person that would. I'm telling you now, I do not watch that shit at all. I've watched like a Batman. They're also really long as well. They're almost like 3 hours long. Like, fair enough, it's Lord of the Rings. We're all for that. Lord of the Rings is fucking fantastic. But fuck me, Batman, 3 hours, Fucking hell, we're dragging this one on, aren't we, lads? At least Batman worked for his power, because I know he wasn't born with it. He worked for it, but well, he didn't. He just bought it. But still, awful, awful movies. And if you're a fan of them, fucking have a long look in the mirror and think, I'm a grown ass human being. Why am I watching this shit? Although, look in the mirror and say that about this podcast as well while you're at it. Okay, next up is sleeve tattoos. Sleeve tattoos. Interesting. Just to clarify, if you didn't know, superhero movies overrated. Sleeve tattoos. Interesting. I think they're properly rated because I like a sleeve tattoo. I think I did want a leg sleeve. I don't know whether I still will do that. I think sleeve tattoos can look cool. However, this is my answer to nearly everything. Like, yeah, they're fine, but it has to be like unique to you. Generally, like, I like a theme. I like having a theme to a sleeve, something like that. I think they're alright, but don't be fucking boring and get the usual shit. Don't get a lion and a fucking rose and a clock and just the generic ones that every lad's got. You go out on a night out in your late 20s and every lad's got the same sleeve tattoo. Fuck off. At least have a bit of uniqueness to it. Like I know Bernie's got she's starting like a cowboy sleeve. She's got a leg sleeve as well, and I know somebody who's also got an arm sleeve where it's like Quentin Tarantino movies. That's cool. Like I'm all about that, and I like sleeves that are just random ass shit. Like, that's pretty cool. But don't just get the generic boring shit that just everyone has. That's rubbish. So I think they're properly rated. You just got to get it right. And who am I to judge? Actually, no. I am judge, jury, and executioner, as I said on the last episode. I am the judge. We've got a person's come up. Billie Eilish. Okay, right. For people who don't know, Billie Eilish is my celebrity crush. Yeah. So she's underrated because I think she is fit as fuck. Everyone goes for Sydney Sweeney, which I understand. Anna de Armas. Ding, that's Pavel's. Yeah, she's another queen. I love Billie Eilish. She's got beautiful eyes, got massive chest. She's yeah. I don't like all the stuff she wears though. Some of the stuff she wears yeah, I'm like, come on, love, fucking let's pack that in. But no, I think she's beautiful, so she's underrated in that sense. Her music's not that bad. It's alright actually, you know. I wouldn't listen to it. I'd never put it on, but I think generally it's decent, and we're gonna say she's underrated. She's underrated. She's overhated as well because the stupid gay community were like, oh, she's gay, and then she got a boyfriend, and they were like, oh, she's good. Like, she's allowed to fucking be with whoever she wants. Me, hopefully, one day I pray. And before anyone says anything, no, she's not that young. She's like 25 or some shit, I hope. So it's all fine. It's all fine before anyone starts getting any ideas. Water skiing has come up. I don't know how that snuck in there. Water skiing. I've never done it. I say it's overrated. It doesn't look appealing to me at all. Like, yeah, no. Why the fuck would you want to do that type of thing? Like, it just, that whole. I think water sports in that sense in general are overrated. Like fucking like surfing, water skiing, that type of thing. It's never appealed to me at all. It's not because I can swim. I can swim fine, and like I like getting in the water, but it's never appealed to me, any of that type of shit. Like how much have you done with your life that you get to that point where you're like, oh yeah, I want to water ski? Meh. It's never fucking appealed to me. Interesting. Obama has come up next. Barack Obama, the former US president, is he over or underrated? As a president, he was overrated. He wasn't a very good president. For anyone who doesn't know, he didn't do nearly enough of what he said he was going to do. Not all his fault. Congress blocked a lot of the good stuff that he was going to do. But overall, he actually enacted very little change. So as a president, he's underrated. As a president, he's overrated. As a person, I think he's underrated. He's the coolest fucking guy. Like, one of the coolest people of all time. Like, if you ever watched that Anthony Bourdain video where he goes with Barack Obama and eats in this Vietnamese restaurant, they eat like street food, and it's like this really cheap restaurant, and they're like just chatting and all that type of shit. He's such a cool fucking guy. He's so fucking cool. Like that, and to be president as well, to be the most powerful person in the world, and to be cool. Like that's pretty alpha, as the kids would say these days. Or did they say sigma? Oh, I don't fucking know. Showing my age. They've also that restaurant that I was on about, that clip. They've actually took the table of that and put it in like a glass box. It's like a museum piece now. Pretty cool. Yeah. So we rate Obama. He's underrated. Underrated as a person. Overrated as a president. I think that's a fair thing to say. Okay, the next one is steak. Steak. Now that's interesting, because I love steak, medium rare personally. But and for me personally, like if I go to sort of a fancier restaurant, I will typically order a steak, bit of peppercorn sauce, some chips to go with it because I'm a bit of a Philistine, cherry tomatoes, bing, like, that goes off. It's such a good meal. However, God, how many times have I said fucking however? I might keep a fucking however count in the fucking corner if I can be bothered doing that. Jesus Christ, I've said it a lot. I still think it's overrated. Like, people put it's really nice, right? Don't get me wrong. But people put it way too fucking high. Like, chicken, underrated. Maybe that's my autism showing. Like, give me my chicken nuggies. That chicken is underrated. You can't do enough with chicken. Fried chicken, roast chicken. I was trying to fucking think of chicken wings. I was trying to think of all the different types of food you can do with it, and then my brain immediately stopped, and I was like, Lewis, you've started trying to name a list, and you can't do it. Like, it's because I don't cook, according to Pavel and myself. Like, chicken's underrated. Steak is overrated. Like, it's not so good that it should be so expensive. Like, if you're spending more than, as far as I'm concerned, I will go up into the 30s, like pound wise, for a steak, like for the meal itself, like the whole thing. Once you start getting like above that, like 40 quid and more, for like steak, nah, it's gone too far. It's not that fucking good. I don't think any meal is particularly, but steak, there's this, what you call it, there's this stigma behind it, like that you can charge what you want for it. I think that's bollocks. I don't think you should be able to do that. I don't think it's that good that you should be able to fucking overprice it. And like, all this prime wagyu it's fucking a grand. Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. And that fucking Turkish I'm not allowed to say that word. Actually, no, I think I can. Well, fuck it, I'm going to say it. Sorry, I had to do a quick edit there because I ended up having an argument with myself. That Turkish paedophile, steak, whatever his name is, the one who, Salt fucking Bay, or whatever his fucking name is, the one who does that, he sprinkles salt down his hairy arms before he goes onto your steak that he's cooked in gold. and then he carves with a fucking machete the size of a small car, and he touches and fingers your food. I know he's got gloves on. Pisses around with your food, and he like teases you with it, and it's cooked in gold, and he can charge $2,000 a steak. He is the biggest fucking nonce on the fucking planet. The one that was fucking... He was on the field when Argentina won the World Cup and was trying to take selfies with the players and grab the trophy. What a complete and utter cunt. I hate that guy. He's the biggest bellend in the world. He is the prime example why fucking steak is overrated, because he's built a fucking... an empire. These crap restaurants he has all over the fucking world. Oh, I'm getting really angry now. I hate that fucking gimp. He looks like such a... he looks like a cartoon villain. Oh my god, what a complete and utter tosspot. He's the reason steak's overrated. Steak's overrated. This next one's a bit controversial. It's mullets. My co-host has one. What do I say here? This could be a tricky one. This could be a bit tricky. Let me just take a quick puff while I think about the situation. Okay. I think mullets are actually... Australian mullets are underrated. I think American mullets are overrated, if that makes any sense. I think mullets... I can see why they came back into fashion. I like them. Personally, I like them, but they don't like. I couldn't have a mullet. Could you imagine how stupid I would look with a mullet? Imagine that. I look like a right gimp. It's a tricky one because I might offend. I might offend our little Pavel. Oh no. There. I don't know. Can I just not give an answer for that one? I think certain mullets are underrated, but I think some are overrated. I think some people look really stupid with them. If that's not sitting on the fence a bit too much. That's sitting on the fence too much. I think I've got to give a fucking answer. Overrated. Let's move on quickly. Elephants has come up. Who the fuck suggested elephants? I haven't got a clue. Elephants, are they overrated or underrated? I think getting a fucking picture in Thailand or wherever it is with a fucking elephant is overrated. I think you're a gimp. I've got mates who have done that. I think you're a fucking gimp. Because apparently those elephants aren't really well treated. But... And like elephants at the zoo, they're so fucking cool. Elephants are cool. Elephants are underrated. Elephants are underrated. I don't know who asked that, but I think they're underrated. I don't think I've got much more to add to that, but they're underrated. Yeah, that's fair. Would you agree with me? Would you say elephants are underrated? They're kind of like fucking giant dogs. They're kind of cool. Spray water. They look mental. When you actually see them in person, you go to like Chester Zoo or whatever, and you see them, and you actually like proper, like spend 5 minutes like looking at them, and it's like, how are these a thing? Like, how are these on the same planet as me? Like, they are kind of wild in that sense. I don't mean wild like a wild animal. I mean like, it's kind of crazy. They're almost like, they look like they're prehistoric. They look like they should have been wiped out with the dinosaurs. I suppose mammoths did in a sense. So, you're waffling, you idiot. Chinese food. Ooh. Chinese food. Okay, this is a controversial take. I love Chinese food, right? Oh yeah, that really controversial there, Lewis. You love Chinese food? Wow. No, I'm setting a bit of a precedent here. I love Chinese food. Do not get me fucking wrong. Like, you crave it when you see somebody else eating it. When you like go on like TikTok and someone's got Chinese, you think, oh fucking hell, I wish that was me. However, oh my god, I need to stop saying that. That I'm really fucking pissing myself off by saying that word. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I didn't realise how fucking irritating I am. God almighty. It's only me in the fucking room as well. And I'm pissing myself off. Fucking Christ. I think Chinese food is actually overrated. Indian food is underrated. Chinese food is overrated. Some people put it a bit too high. I know some people, I know some freaks, Danny Holhouse. Oh God, I full named him. Ah, fuck it. No, I'll stick by what I say. Who eat it every day? Like, it's not that fucking good. It is pretty good, but it ain't that good. I'm going with overrated. It's really good, but it ain't the best food in the world. Some people would say it's the best food in the world. It's not that good. Like, come on. Interesting. The next one is expensive restaurants. I think expensive restaurants are overrated. Like, you can get just as much enjoyment from. This is gonna sound contradictory. You can get just as much enjoyment from like ordering a Chinese as you can going to a fucking expensive restaurant. Expensive restaurants are generally pompous. Um, in my experience, you often receive crap service. Like a lot of the time, I've had bad service in expensive restaurants, and that's really frustrating because you're spending a premium. You're expecting like, and you're fine with that. Like you dress up, a bit annoying, but you dress up. I don't like restaurants that have a dress code, but anyway. I do understand it because you don't want a bunch of fucking gimps sat there in fucking trackies, in fucking Raiders shirts. So I do get that, but the whole like experience, like they take it a bit too far. Just the food is the most important thing in a restaurant. At the end of the day, the food's the most important thing. So you have to get that right. And if you're spending a lot of money, it better be fucking good. And if you come out of that and you're like, yeah, the food was alright, that ultimately means it's a bad experience. Expensive restaurants are, and I'm talking like the expensive ones that I've been to, where you're spending like, you know, £100 to £200. I'm not talking about like Michelin star ones. I've never done anything like that. Never really appealed to me, to be brutally honest, because I don't have a problem with the pretentious like tiny little courses that they do, that type of thing, because that's whole part of the thing. And I know that those little dishes are actually like delicious, that type of thing. But nah, there's just, I lost my train of thought then. Did you notice? Completely lost my train of thought. It's never been for me. I've never thought, yeah, you know what? I want to go and spend like 500 quid for one meal. And yeah, obviously, like they wow you, and it's like having a show, and you're there for like hours. But I think that's pushing it, because, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm hungry. I'm hungry, and I want some food. I don't fucking care for. Sorry, I can hear noise outside. I don't care about fucking it being served on, you know, a vinyl record that spins and my food's fucking going round and round, and I'm just trying to fucking eat. So yeah, expensive restaurants definitely overrated. I feel like most people would agree with that, which means that they're probably rated. But no, they're overrated. Definitely. Just give me a Popeyes. Cheese. Who the fuck said cheese? Is cheese under or overrated? Cheese is overrated. It's good, but there's no need to put cheese on fucking everything. Like, I think cheese on a burger is overrated. I think a good burger doesn't need it. If it's got it on and it's subtle, that's fine. But yeah, I think cheeseburgers are generally overrated. And if you're putting cheese on top of a burger or tipping cheese sauce over a burger, you're a complete and utter pleb. And I think you need potentially locking up for crimes against humanity. Yeah, I think I'm right. I think I'm right. Cheese is overrated. Boo. Southeast Asia has come up. I know that was Matty that suggested that. I've never been, so I don't know if I could say. I think Southeast Asia is probably underrated. I would love to go. I think people that make it their entire personality and be like, oh yeah, I went to Vietnam and went on that fucking stupid road and blah 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 blah, and I went on that. What's that like lazy river? You see people that go there for like a few months, and it just becomes their entire personality. That type of shit. Like fucking grow up. But otherwise, I think it's probably an underrated place to go, and I would like to go. I know it's cheap. I know it's expensive when you get there, but it's very very cheap. You get some little Sheen workers, get you some clothes. Yeah, living the dream. Living the dream. I think it's yeah, probably underrated. I think that's fair. What? I don't know where some of these suggestions came from, because ostriches have just come up. I know we've had another animal, ostriches. I think they're overrated as an animal. Like, what the fuck was? Like I said, I've got my own god, and I think he might have been. I think he might have been smoking something the day he came up with them. Like a big, giant, fat bird that lays eggs the size of small humans that can't fly. Like, what was he? What was he doing? Making birds that don't fly. That's the whole fucking the whole meme is that they fly, and he made ones that don't. But obviously chickens don't, and they're tasty, so they couldn't get away. He knew what he was doing with that one. Apparently, ostrich is really tasty, and I would love to eat an ostrich. So, maybe one day I'll eat an ostrich, and I'll report back as to whether they're. I'll say, actually, I've changed my tune. They're underrated, and ostriches, we need more of them. But overrated. Yeah, they freak me out. I wouldn't want to go near one. Scare me. Peacocks scare me as well. I remember I went to like Edinburgh Zoo, and they just had peacocks just like stray, like they're allowed to just wander everywhere, and they were just blocking the path to try and get somewhere, and they're quite big, and they scared the fucking shit out of me. Birds in general are kind of like they're freaky. They've got the claws, they got the pecking beaks. They scare the fuck out of me. IRL. Yeah, fucking yeah, those peacocks. They block the path. Got those stupid wide fucking. Oh, look at me! I'm a fucking drag queen blocking the fucking path. I couldn't get round. And then whenever I would like move to the side, they'd move over. I was like, what the fuck is this? They were like sliding doors, but ones that close when you try and fucking get through. Dickhead birds. Boo. Huh. I know this was suggested by a couple of people. It's Spurs. Hello, Ben. Ben is a Spurs fan. It's not looking good. I've seen signs, encouraging signs, but it's not looking good for them. They are probably going to get relegated. The best thing to come out of it, I don't like TalkSport. TalkSport is a terrible radio station, but the best thing to come out of it, this whole Spurs saga, is Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Hara. Jason Cundy winding him up is so funny. Like, it's hilarious, and I'm so glad that it's going on. Their most recent clip is absolutely hilarious. Check it out, of Cundy winding him up. Spurs underrated or overrated? Sorry, Ben, but you're overrated, because you've been calling yourselves a Big Six team, or even a Big Four, a Big Six team for fucking years. Well, you finished, what was it, like one place or two places above? No, I think it was one place above relegation last year, and now you've managed to get worse. Yes, you won the fucking Europa League. Well done, congratulations. That was fair play, but I mean, Christ Almighty, are you overrated? You're in the fucking relegation zone. You're going down. But I have seen signs. Encouraging signs. Next up is Coca-Cola. Interesting. A lot of people say Pepsi's nicer than Coke. For me personally, they just taste the same. Like, I only generally drink it when I'm mixing it like with vodka or rum or whatever, like the pisshead I am. So I don't just drink. I will never go in. Sometimes I get a can of Coke, but a glass bottle Coke is the tits. Like, it tastes so much better out of a glass bottle. That's because it hasn't been. It's purer, because the plastic bottles or the cans like slightly ruin the taste, whereas the glass bottle doesn't. So you get it pure. But I think Coke is overrated. You won't catch me frequently drinking it. I think people that drink like liters and liters and liters of it, I'll have one every now and then. But the people that drink like liters of it, like, what's that all about? It's not that good a drink. Like, just drink some water. It's good for you. God's tears. Jesus' piss, as I described it before. Like, you're supposed to be you're supposed to be an adult. Like, you can't drink Coke all your life. So, I think Coke's overrated. Glass bottle is really good. Can, pretty good. Plastic bottle Coke. Why would you drink that? Like, in all seriousness, why would you drink that? That, to me, so unappealing. And people that say like, yeah, people that are agreeing with me and going, yeah. But if you're on the other side of the fence where you're like, yeah, Coke is overrated, Pepsi's underrated. No, it isn't. Pepsi is exactly the same. Pepsi's overrated as well. So I've pissed off both sides of the fucking table there. It's really, really not that good. So, fuck you. Next is eating at a new restaurant. Okay. So I know some people are going to have opinions on this. For me personally, I think eating at a new restaurant is underrated. Yes, you have the anxiety of being like, oh, what happens if I go there and I don't like it? And I don't like going into like a new restaurant that's got like a proper fucking mad gimmick where, and if you dare step out of line and order wrong or do something wrong or say something wrong, the whole restaurant goes silent and all the tables turn and look at you and they're like, oh, who the fuck's let this outsider in? I'm not a fan of that type of shit. But generally, for me, going into a new restaurant is pretty exciting. I like it. Like, you get to experience something new for the first time. Like, I love that type of thing. So, people that say that it's overrated, I think for me, you're autistic. Like, genuinely, I think you're probably autistic and you're just scared of new experiences. Just try something new. Try going to a new restaurant. I like seeing somewhere and being like, oh, we've not been in that place, let's do it. Like, I genuinely enjoy that, because then you go in there and if you have a bad experience, you have a bad experience. That's fine. But then then you don't complain, you don't moan, you just say, okay, bad experience, won't go there again. We live and we learn. But that's how you find out that somewhere's amazing. You go in there and you think, oh my fucking god, this is class. Why have I never gone in here before? You've like missed out on years of experiences and enjoyment because you're too scared to go in, and you just go to Mackey's for the 900th time that day. You fat fuck. I know who this is from. So this is from Tia. Hello, Tia, if you're watching. I don't think you are. Actually, no, I think she does, because she doesn't work with us anymore, and she misses us. And listening to me and Pavel gives her like some sort of nostalgia. Oh, bless. She said Greg's Pizza. Greg's Pizza is, and I'm pretty certain she thinks the opposite of me, is overrated. It's rubbish. It's crap. It's tasteless. It tastes of nothing. It tastes annoying. It means nothing. Ah, Jesus Christ Almighty. That's my that was my hour timer. My God, Did you see the PTSD from that noise? Oh my, that is the worst noise in the world. That sound is overrated. Well, it's not overrated. It's the worst noise in the world. Genuinely the worst noise in the world. That is horrible. I would rather hear the noise of like a nuclear apocalypse, like air raid sirens going off. I love the sound of air raid sirens. I've got a weird obsession. TikToks were coming up for me of like best air raid siren noises. What a fucking freak I am. That noise is horrible. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Greg's Pizza. Got a little bit distracted there. Whew. Yeah, tastes of nothing. It's terrible. I remember when I first ordered it. I got it on like Just Eat or whatever, and I was hungover, and I was feeling really fat, and I thought I'm gonna order, and I ordered like loads of like 8 slices of it, not realizing how big they are. They're massive as well, and I didn't realize that that's more for like, you know, an office of like 10 people are supposed to order something like that, and they have a big lunch between them. It's not supposed to be for one fat fuck who's hanging out of his arse. So I ordered it. It came. I opened the box. I was like, ooh, my stomach. My eyes were a bit bigger than my stomach there. Oink oink. And then I ate it, and I remember going through like the first slice and being like, well, that was rubbish. And then I ate a slice of the other toppings, and I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. And I was like, and I've got 6 enormous slices of this left. And I shoveled it in. I think I ate about half of it. It was terrible. So yeah, Greg's Pizza is overrated. Definitely. Get yourself sausage, bean, and cheese melt, whatever they're called, slice or whatever it is. They're fucking underrated. They're good. Get yourself a bake. Get yourself a bake, and the sausage rolls. The vegan sausage rolls, properly underrated. They are so good. Genuinely, try them. I know people have got like an idea in their head that they're like, oh yeah, vegan sausage rolls. I'm not vegan. Blah blah blah. It's not going to be as nice as the other one. They genuinely are, and you can't taste the difference. You genuinely cannot taste the difference. So they are underrated. I would definitely recommend you have those. The bakes are sound. Donuts, yum yums. Everything in Greg's is underrated except for the pizza. Sorry, Tia, disagree with you there. The next one is, and I'll do this one, and I think I'll do one more. This one is going out every weekend. Overrated as fuck. Like, I hate to sound like a fucking hermit that likes to stay in or whatever, because I like going out, but going out every weekend, like going out, fucking properly overrated. Waste of money. Like, you can get just as, oh, my stomach's going. You get just as much enjoyment. I like just going to like the pub. Like on a day like today that you can't see, blue skies, sunny, I'll just walk to the pub. Like, I will have just as much enjoyment doing that than fucking going out to like Liverpool or Manchester or something like that. That should be more of like an occasion type thing. Going out every weekend, especially going out in like a local town and going out to like Nantwich or something like that. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. What, and go see the same people and dance with the same fucking 40-year-old men and women? What the fuck is the point of that? So yeah, no, massively overrated going out every weekend. Our last one, although we might do. Okay, let's do one more after this. Let's see what it is. Chocolate cake. Well, I've kind of already shown my hand on this one because I said chocolate boo very early on. That was on the first one. That was on Poppadoms, the first spin. Chocolate cake is over fucking rated. I am quite picky with desserts. I think desserts should be light. I like, like a profiterole, something like that. Like, the lighter the dessert, the better. I like, like a vanilla cheesecake for me is good because it's not heavy. Chocolate cake is heavy, properly overrated, pointless. You may as well just eat a chocolate bar. Like, I've had some chocolate cake that's good. Don't get me wrong, I won't not eat it, but it's well overrated. What am I, fucking Bruce Bogtrotter? I ain't eating fucking chocolate cake. Fuck that. Yeah, doesn't. I don't look at it and think. I think, oh yeah. If I see a chocolate cake like in a shop or or anywhere, I don't think, oh yeah, I really want to eat that. I think, ugh, that looks heavy and not a fan of that. Nah, chocolate cake is overrated. And the last one that is underrated is going on holiday. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. We all love going on holiday. Going abroad, there's nothing better. And in 2 weeks' time, less than, I'll be going abroad, and this podcast will cease to exist. No, it won't. I'm gonna have episodes lined up. I might even take my laptop and do some editing over there. I would do an episode in Vegas, but I've got there's a million things to do there, and the million and first thing is doing a podcast. And to be brutally honest, I'd like to do all the other million things before that. So I won't be doing one while I'm over there, but I'll have an episode that'll come out. So don't worry. 9 a.m. Fridays, you'll still get your episodes. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm gonna keep I've still got another 29 options or topics still there on that wheel. If you want to throw more suggestions my way for things to talk about, to rant about, to say whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, let me know. Message me. I will add them to the wheel, because I'll probably do this again. Well, we'll see how it comes out. We'll see whether this has worked well. But I've enjoyed myself, and it's meant that I can talk for an hour quite easily. I don't think I've been like umming and ahhing too much. I think I've actually been able to speak coherently, and it's not been too much waffle. There's been a lot of waffle, but not too much. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Very much appreciate it. And the only thing left to say is au revoir.